serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Mike Prince here with you. We are at Waller Gymnasium for doubleheader action on today. Women will be up first. They'll be taking on the Tomball Cougars about 18, 19 miles down the road, as the Bulldogs will get ready to take on these Bulldogs. Of course, the Bulldogs are led by Miss Layla. I almost said Layla Hathaway, thinking about the singer, but Miss Layla Blair, as we'll get the introduction of the Bulldogs starting lineup right now. Well, one note we have to make note of, Yashanti Wilson will be wearing number 23 instead of 22. They got a 22 here on the roster, so hopefully we'll get through those potential blunders on that. This is game one of our doubleheader. The men will be taking on Montgomery Bears, as Tomball in their rolled red jerseys with the white lettering. Bulldogs at home with their white jerseys and the maroon lettering. The Bulldogs will be going from right to left to start this first half off. Non-conference competition, or should I say non-district competition, as we apologize, we do not have a roster for Tomball, but we'll try to do the best we can for that. We know number 5, one of the shooting guards, point guard, is Chavez for the Cougars. Teams are breaking from the huddle. Bulldogs ready to go and get in the mix of things. As we noted, they called Wilson out for number 23 instead of 22, so we'll try to remember that. Meanwhile, Deasia Thomas at the tip. She controls the tip. It is handled by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs shooting the corner, and up off the glass for the first basket will be Thomas. So it's just quickly 2-0. Tomball pressing up the floor. Chavez kicks it out to the far right side. Back at the right wing now. Looking, rotating, looking. Good zone defense by the Bulldogs. The shot from the corner is too strong. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs pushing it back up the floor. Blair at the point guard right now. Swings it over into the corner. Looking, the jumper is good. And Blair gets her first basket of the evening. 4-0, Bulldogs on top. Tomball coming back, driving toward the paint. The shot is going to be contested. Whistle was blowing. Knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Will be possession for Tomball. Just getting on the way. Bulldogs up 4-0 here in game one of our doubleheader. Tomball working on the right wing now. Swings it. That ball was knocked back out of bounds. And it's going to be possession for the Bulldogs. So that was a turnover by Tomball. Here is 7:03 in the first period. 5-0 Bulldogs. They credited Blair with that three-pointer. The clears off the glass, no good, but the rebound is going to be picked up. And getting a quick start of the Bulldogs up 7-0. Going to give Thomas credit for that basket again as she crashes down now, trying to cut down. And there is a turnover again by the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs simply going, and that ball is up, and again the Bulldogs up with a 9-0 run right now. Bulldogs applying a little pressure. Got it across the timeline, did Tomball. Working it on the top of the key right now, pushing toward the right side is Chavez. Chavez down low, the basket. It's no good, but the rebound picked up by the Cougars of Tomball, and they're finally on the board now. And it is quickly 9-2 with 6:10 remaining here in the first period of play. Walking it up very patiently are the Bulldogs. Working is Blair. Blair swings it up to the top of the key, over to the three-point attempt, and that is going to be good by Singleton. And the Bulldogs are rolling right now, pressing just a little bit with a very comfortable lead right now in this first period of play. 12-2 is the score. Whistle blows. And another turnover, and the Bulldogs are applying the heat to Tomball this evening thus far. Tomball will inbound as Blair waits to get the inbound. They got a stoppage. Blair takes it, gets it across the timeline. She works, swings it over to the right side. Going, dribbling, penetrating, working the play. The mid jumper from the right elbow is no good. The rebound is picked up by the Bulldogs, and another short miss. And here comes Tomball pressing, and that's going to be a quick foul. That looked like a frustration foul, as they are going to put that one on 30 for the Bulldogs. Forgive me, we're still getting familiar with the roster, but there's a turnover right now as the Bulldogs come back the other way. A stoppage in play, and we'll get you caught up. There was a foul on Tomball. Peters is number 30 for the Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs now at the line shooting 2 off the foul against Tomball. First one is too strong, as that hair is in the way of that number again. It's going to try to figure it out here. Second shot. Up, and here comes Tomball. That looks like Thomas again. She and Wilson kind of get me off balance there. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. It will be possession for Tomball on the far side. Bulldogs with an early lead. The inbound is good for the Bulldogs. For Tomball. And Bulldogs up now 13-4 here in the first period of play. Blair at the top of the key drives. She draws the foul. We're going to call that against Tomball. So we apologize. We do not have a roster for Tomball. Sometimes Max is correct, sometimes it's not. And being that this is a non-conference game, they probably still working out their rosters. Meanwhile, Tomball comes back. Bulldogs in their zone coverage in the 2-1-2 zone. Working it around the horn or the Tomball Cougars. Bulldogs displaying some great defense right now and patience. We've got a backcourt violation going against Tomball, and it will be an inbound for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs making a little bit of substitution right now. Thomas will go out. The jumper is good from Wilson on the left side. And here come the Cougars. Kissing that one off the glass. And it makes it now 15-6. Waller with a 9-point lead. Working it across the timeline, working at the top. Kicks it over. Stowers. Jumpers want to be passed off to Blair. Blair kissed that off the glass. And it's going to be too strong. It's going to be possession for Tomball. 15-6 as I score. Whoa, we got a clash. It's going to be a foul against the Bulldogs. You may have heard them say white 20, which is going to hit Miss Singleton. with the foul. So that ball was knocked out of bounds. It's going to be possession for the Tomball Cougars. Bulldogs up early here. 15-9 is our score. Make that 15-11 with the kiss off the glass for Tomball. I'm sorry, 15-8. It was a 9-point lead. So knocked out of bounds by Tomball. Bulldogs will inbound. Blair takes the inbound, gets it up to the top of the key, working, trying to look in the far corner. The short jumper is no good. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs back it back up to get things set up. You hear Coach calling out high-low. It's the Bulldogs working around the perimeter now. Ruitt takes it, kicks it back out. That's a turnover, but saved by the Bulldogs and turned back over by, now it's picked up by the Bulldogs. Going back and forth, a little mishandling. The jumper fired up was no good by Singleton. Ball is out of bounds. Possession for Tomball. First period here on the way. 15-8 is the score with 2:33 remaining in the first period. Bulldogs on top of Tomball. The inbound. Driving off the glass. No good. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Shot from the far corner. Short. Finally another rebound. This one time is picked up by Tomball. Tomball transitioning off the glass. No good. Goes out of bounds. It's knocked out of bounds. Good defensive hustle by the Bulldogs. That was Stowers applying a little pressure. The inbound for Tomball. Tomball working it around now. The jumper is pulled back in. And a turnover. Here come the Bulldogs transitioning through. The pass and the shot off the glass is good. Wilson with the bucket to make it 17. Tomball comes back, trying to work. Stoppage of play. That ball is out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. Will be possession for the Waller Bulldogs. Bulldogs up by the score of 17-8 with 1:47 remaining here in period number one. The inbound to Blair. Blair taking her time, barely walking at her counting as she comes across the timeline. She gets it across, dribbles straight down the middle off the glass and count it. 19 now for the Bulldogs as they are extending. 8 for Tomball. Another unforced turnover that time by Tomball. Possession for the Bulldogs, 1:26 remaining here in the first period of play. Bulldogs getting it coming across. Don't forget, this is double-header action. We'll have the men playing Montgomery at the conclusion of this one. That ball was last touched by Tomball. Inbound now for the Cougars. As they're now trying to work it. Blair with the top of the key. The jumper's no good. And a rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. And it was knocked out of bounds. And it's going to be possession for the Bulldogs. The inbound for the Bulldogs off the glass. Wilson was fouled as she went up, got the inbound underneath the basket. But they're going to say it was no shooting foul. So now the inbound back for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs working down underneath the glass. Off the glass, no good. Shot no good. Thomas called for the over the back. And it will be possession for Tomball with 56 seconds remaining. 19-18. Bulldogs on top. The inbound to the only one player we do know, Chavez, sorry. No, Ruiz, forgive me, for Tomball. They just called Wilson for a foul. Non-shooting foul. Inbounding will be Tomball. That ball is thrown too strong. Another turnover. That should be possession for Bulldogs. It's their reposition underneath the basket. But actually, they're trying to sort this one out now. It's going to be Tomball's ball. They're going to say last touch by Waller. The inbound drive off the right side of the glass, no good. Bulldogs pushing now with a 3-on-2 off the glass, and it's good. Another basket for the Bulldogs, 21-8 now with 32 seconds remaining here in the first period. You're going to credit Blair with that fast break point. Off the glass, that one's no good. Rebound saved by Tomball. Tomball pulls it back out. Working around, dribbling toward the right side will be Tomball's number 10. He kicks it back out, and almost a backcourt violation, but it was last touch by the Bulldogs. 3 seconds remaining here. And a good block by Thomas. Knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be Tomball's opportunity to inbound here, as that will bring us to the end of the first period of play. All Bulldogs. 21-8 is our score. We'll pause for the calls and we'll be right back. You're listening to Waller Bulldog Basketball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Waller Bulldogs women's basketball broadcast coverage here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Bulldogs in full control of period number 1. 21-8 is our score as they get ready to resume. Tomball will have the inbound. Ariana Singleton, Miss Layla Blair, Yashanta Wilson, she's wearing number 23 tonight. And Miss Savannah Stowers, she's at number 24. And, of course, Miss Blair at 14. Miss Peters is at number 30. So ready to resume action now. Tomball trying to find some type of offense, driving toward the left side of the cup. There's going to be a foul called against Blair. And that's going to send Tomball to the line. We do not have a roster for Tomball. We do apologize for that. But we can tell you Tomball is at the line. First free throw is good. One shot by number 1 on the way. Hits the front of the rim. The rebound's picked up by the Bulldogs. Pushing it. Looking for the transitional basket, knocked down. Good defense that time by Tomball. As Wilson couldn't quite finish that one off. Knocked out of bounds, inbound for the Bulldogs. Basket is good. Wilson with the basket. 23-8 is our score. Tomball trying to crack that Bulldog tough D right now. And finally hit a three-pointer to give Tomball 11. 23-11 now is the score. Blair dribbling on the left side, takes it to the cup strong, and she answers right back to make it 25-11. As that jumper is missed by Tomball. Picked up as Blair, long pass down floor, and the shot off the glass, no good. Couldn't handle that was Thomas. It's going to be rebound picked up by Tomball. Tomball now turns it back over to Waller. Waller gets the followation, continuation, huh? The basket should be good. Oh, no, they called charge. Peters called with the charge. It's going to be a turnover. 25-11 is our score here in the second period. 6:39 remaining. Bulldogs on top and been in control pretty much since the tip-off. Tomball still working. Trying to work it, cutting through, down into the paint, pulls it over to the right side. Baseline, kicks it back to the right elbow, now back up to the top of the key. Bulldogs in the man coverage right now. Switching and rotating around. Good job now, the Bulldogs switching at the right elbow or Tomball. The player reaches in, gets the steal, and here she comes, tracking, driving down the center of the court, up and off the glass for the basket. 27-11. Bulldogs on top. They're working it. Bulldogs applying all kind of pressure, and the ball got loose, and it's down on the court. It's going to be a foul called against the Bulldogs. You may have heard them say white 32. They're going to tag Miss Deja Thomas on that foul. So Tomball inbounds. Chavez driving through. Sorry, that is the only one that we know from Tomball on tonight. Bulldogs applying all kind of pressure. There's a turnover by Blair. Blair going, setting up to go off the glass, and it's good. Blair makes it 29-11, 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Bulldogs in control. It's Tomball trying to figure things out. Cutting through under the cup. That one kicked back out. Tomball going from left to right in their red road jerseys. Swings it down in the far right corner. Down to the paint that was knocked out of bounds. It's going to be possession for for Tomball. It said red ball, red ball. They get ready for the inbound. Substitution now for the Bulldogs in is number 12, Miss Yazabel Portillo. That ball was tipped out of bounds. Bulldogs applying all kind of pressure on Tomball. Tomball finally gets that one in, but that one's going to be off the fingertips of the would-be Cougars, so it's going to be possession now for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs up 29-11, 4:51 remaining in the first half of play. Game one of our doubleheader action. The men will be taking on Montgomery after this one. Oh, crashing toward the hole hard. They call offensive charge against Singleton. So the Bulldogs back on defense, applying pressure. They are trying to trap and everything. They are showing no mercy tonight. Driving straight toward the paint. Missed that one off the glass. Was the post for Tomball. Bulldogs coming back, transitioning, and that one got away. Out of bounds. Possession for Tomball. Tomball making a few substitutions right now. They'll inbound, going from left to right. Getting it across. Here, coach calling out rotate. Ball almost got 10-second violation backcourt, but they got it across in time. Tomball still setting up, trying to figure out this defense for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs apply pressure, knocked that one out of bounds. Bulldog Nation did not like that call. They thought that may have been possession for the Bulldogs. And there's a turnover in the inbound. And the Bulldogs turned it right back over. Tomball now trying to set up, but another rip away. Oh, and there's a collision. Blair was trying to make a break for it. So they're going to call that on number 22, for Tomball. So possession for the Bulldogs. As Thomas has just come back in. They're working. And Bulldogs get yet another miss attempt. 29-11 still our score. Tomball coming back in. There's another turnover by the Bulldogs going. Is Blair. She's fouled as she tried to kiss that one off the glass. So she'll go to the line to shoot two. Bulldogs up 29-11 with 3:25 remaining here in the first half. Layla Blair at the line shooting two. The U of H Cougar commit. She had her signing day this past week. She sinks that first one in. 30-11 is our score. Her brother will be playing later on tonight. They had another brother who was pretty good, Noah Blair, back in the day. That one misses, rolls out. So it's 30-11. A long pass by Tomball down court was too long. Turnover, possession for the Bulldogs. Portillo will inbound this one. Gets it into Blair. Blair is being trapped, but she dribbles through all of that. She breaks the timeline, still with the rock. And that lost the handle out of that one. And it's going to be a turnover. Possession for Tomball. Tomball gets it in. Dribbling through off the glass. Oh! Blocked and knocked out of bounds by Thomas. Some of the Tomball faithful wanted a foul call, but it looked like all ball from this angle. So Tomball will inbound. The inbound is in at the top of the key, working it down in the far corner. Bulldogs relentless after that rebound off this missed shot. They bring it back up to the floor. Blair swings it over to Singleton. Singleton traveled. She didn't think she did, but she kind of skipped to the loo on that one. So Tomball coming in now, trying to figure this Bulldog defense out. Working on the right wing, coming back on the right elbow. Bulldogs shifting off beautifully in this defense. And that one finally rattles in for Tomball to make it 30-13 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in this first half. The missed shot by the Bulldogs recovered by Tomball. Bulldogs retreat back on defense, penetrating, looking, and another stellar performance on the defensive side by the Bulldogs, even though there was a foul called against the Bulldogs. Or did they really? No, they was actually going to say that was a foul against Magnolia. I'm sorry, not Magnolia, but Tomball. So Blair gets it across the timeline. Working. Bulldogs with a 30-13 lead. That shot, no good by the Bulldogs. Picked up by Tomball. Tomball trying to transition through. Bulldogs back on defense exceptionally well this evening. There's another turnover. Bulldogs putting all kind of pressure on Tomball right now. Minute 29 seconds remaining and counting. 17-point lead. Bulldogs up 30-13. Blair comes on the left elbow. She drives, penetrates, goes off the glass, and it falls through with the shooter's touch. 32-13 now. Bulldogs on top. There is another turnover, and the hits just keep on coming for the Bulldogs defense tonight. Blair coming across. She stops at the free throw line, kicks it down to the side, penetrating, kicks it back out. Blair on the right wing, dribbles towards free throw, misses that shot. The rebound's picked up by Tomball. Tomball pushing, going from coast to coast, and they kicked it back out. Transition to three-pointer, no good. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Sorry, by Tomball. Tomball working, trying to answer this Rubik's Cube of a defense by the Bulldogs right now. 32-15 is our score. Under 10 seconds remaining. Looks like Cougars are going to try to work for that final shot and not going to be able to get that one off in time. That is going to bring us to the end of the first half of play. Bulldogs with a substantial lead right now, 32-15 at halftime. We'll take a break and we'll be back with our second half of Waller women's basketball coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we come back to our second half of play. Keisha Durham and her Bulldogs on top of Tomball by the score of 32-15. Bulldogs have been displaying defense and tenacity this entire first half. We'll see if it continues on. Bulldogs will be inbounding, going from left to right now as we start this second half off. Working, trying to get down low, and there's another basket to get things started off, as that was Thomas able to get that basket to make it 34-15. Bulldogs, there's a rip by Blair. She comes and she's going to go coast to coast off the glass, and it's good. Blair with the pick and the basket. It's 36-15 here in the opening moments of the second half. Tomball trying to drive, and that ball was knocked out, but it says last touched by Tomball, so Waller will inbound. Blair gets it, penetrates, and kicks it back over, driving. The shot is up, no good. That one was missed by Wilson. Tomball now with the rebound. They're transitioning back right to left in their red jerseys. Ball is out of bounds. Last touch by Tomball. Inbound will be for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs up 36-15 here. Blair breaks through the press. She comes at the free throw line, goes and penetrates, goes right through the defense as Moses would part the Red Sea for the basket. 38-15. Got a little stoppage in action right now. They resume play. Didn't see exactly what that infraction was. Apparently, it was something against the Bulldogs, but the Cougars with the ball. There's a turnover, and here comes the Bulldogs again. Blair at the top of the key right now. She goes over to her right, setting it up, penetrates, kicks it over. Now Singleton dumps it back off, and Wilson's going to be credited with the glass shot, and it's 38-15. Bulldogs on top. Another turnover, and here come the Waller Bulldog train. Good 3-on-2. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, shot up too strong for the Bulldogs. And Tomball comes up with the rebound. And there's another reach in, knocked out of bounds, as Savannah will get credit for that. Well, not credit, but she was reaching in for it. Miss Savannah Stowers knocked it out of bounds. It's going to be possession for Tomball. They turn it over yet again, and here comes Blair. She rattles that one in for the basket, and she is just phenomenal. She's everything as advertised. 42-15 now. Bulldogs on top. Bulldogs can do no wrong against Tomball tonight. Stoppage in action. Substitution coming in for Tomball. Bulldogs up by the score of 42-15 here. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this third period. The three-pointer good for Tomball to make it 42-18. And the shot was contested. Foul was called against Tomball. Red 13 was called for Tomball. We apologize. There is no roster for Tomball tonight. And that inbound off the glass, good. And Thomas gets credit for that basket. 44 now for the Bulldogs. 44-18, the jumper in and out, no good. Saved, and then it's going to be last touch. They're sorting it out by Tomball. So substitution coming in. Portillo enters back in for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with the inbound. Driving now is Wilson. Wilson hits the front of the glass. Rebound picked up by Tomball. Tomball will bring it back, going from right to left. Trying to transition and break through. Then they slow it back down, the pull out. Bulldogs rotating around. That shot hits the front of the rim. The rebound is going to be picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming back. Blair driving, running the floor. Comes through with the Euro step. Did not fall through. Transitioning now, coming back is Tomball. Tomball off the glass. Rebound picked up by Waller. That was going to be Wilson with credit for that. Gets it back up into the hands of Blair. Blair back down. That was a turnover. Here comes Tomball. Tomball trying to figure something out now, trailing by the score of 44-18 with 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the third period. And that's going to be a foul called against the Bulldogs. It's going to send Tomball to the line to shoot two. At the line is number 22. First basket is no good. 44-18 is our score. 3:26 remaining. Second shot does fall through for Tomball. Bulldogs aggressively coming back across the floor. The jumper from the right elbow is good for Wilson. Bulldogs are hitting from everywhere. 46-19 is the score. Stoppage. Foul called against Tomball. So, actually they're going to call it foul against, Tomball, I'm sorry, Waller gets it. I'm getting all tongue-tied over here. Blair resting a little bit as Wilson handles the point guard duties. Foul on the baseline called against Tomball. Don't forget, Montgomery and Waller men's basketball action will be taking place after this one. Doubleheader night here from Waller High School Gymnasium. Women's division handling up on Tomball right now. Tomball trying to be patient, rotate around that stingy Bulldog defense. Another turnover, and here comes Waller. Waller transitioning out. Split. The jumper is no good. Missed by Singleton. And they call jump ball possession. Stowers will inbound for the Bulldogs. They're going to stop for a little house cleaning right now. 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. 46-19, Bulldogs on top. Thanking our underwriters for tonight's broadcast. Attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas. He is a Waller High graduate. Inbound, and the shot is good as Wilson nails that one. It was a 2, so it's 48 now. 48-19, Bulldogs on top. Tomball trying to figure out this defense. The jumper from the right elbow, no good. And it's going to be a foul call against the Bulldogs. Stowers is going to get that foul called against her. Coach Durham say, hey, don't let him off the hook like that. So Tomball will be at the line shooting 2. It's number 5. We believe that's Chavez. We do not have a roster for Tomball. That basket does fall through to make it now 48-20 with 2:14 remaining here in period number 3. A couple of substitutions coming in for Tomball. Second shot is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 48-21. Bulldogs breaking through the press with and a women's version of the alley-oop to Thomas from Wilson to Thomas, and that's good for a basket. 50 now for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs applying pressure yet again in the near corner. Tomball, there's another turnover, and here come the Bulldogs. Pressing, going in the far corner. That's turned over. Coming back now would be Tomball. Tomball on the 3-on-2. And a foul is called. 50-21, 140 remaining in the first period of this second half, which is technically the third period. Tomball inbounding, looking, rotating. Missed shot. Bulldogs transitioning. Pull back. Set. The jumper. No good by Stowers. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. They save it. Swing it over, and that's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Waller. Men's action will be coming up. Guess about 10-15 minutes for them to warm up once this one has concluded. And we'll be right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, serving the community since 2002. Bulldogs on top of Tomball right now in women's action. 50-21. There's another stoppage in play as they're going to call Wilson on that foul. 1:01 remaining in the third period. Non-shooting foul. Inbound. Turned over. Here comes Tomball again. I'm sorry, here comes Waller. And that one was turned over. Now here comes Tomball. And we got a stoppage in play again. So that foul was called against the Bulldogs. Going to call that one on Miss Cameron Cowles. Another missed attempt by Tomball. Waller now slowing things down. They might be working for the final shot of the third period. You hear Coach Durham calling baseline. Working. Being very, very patient now on the Bulldogs. We got a stoppage with the whistle. 18 ticks remaining on the clock. 50-21. That was a turnover by Waller. Working the baseline. Good defense, trapping defense over in the corner. Knocked out of bounds. Will be possession for Tomball. 50-21 is our score. 3.5 seconds remaining as the clock will come to an end. And that brings us to the end of the third period. It's been all Bulldogs. 50-23, that basket will be the final tally here in the third period. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the fourth period action between the Waller Bulldogs and the Tomball Cougars. You're listening to Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head for the final chapter here in the women's division. Tomball got the last second shot off to make it 50-23 here in this non-district competition between Tomball and Waller. These teams, or these schools, I should say, go way, way back. As we'll continue action right now. Bulldogs penetrating. Got a little sloppy, lost the handle on that one, and here comes Tomball. Tomball on the transition. We got a stoppage in action. That ball was knocked out of bounds. 50-23 is our score. Don't forget, men's action coming up after this one. Get a chance to see Earl Claiborne and company in charge on the floor. Tomball rotating around the top of the key. Looking. The jumper's too strong. The rebound's picked up by Waller. Here comes Blair. Blair penetrating, going coast to coast. Off the glass, no good. Rebound picked up by Tomball. Tomball penetrating, going right back through. Oh, that one was kicked out. And here comes Tomball on the defensive side. Bulldogs transitioning through off the glass. And that's going to be Wilson for the bucket. 52-23. Bulldogs on top. Whoa, is there going to be a charge? Or are they going to call a blocking? Let's see. Oh, they're going to call the blocking against the Bulldogs, and it's going to send Tomball to the line shooting 2. 15 is at the line. We do not have rosters. We do apologize about that. That one hits off the front of the rim, no good. Bulldogs still on top, 52-23. 6:48 remaining here in the fourth period. Bulldogs have looked very strong and just flat out dominant tonight. Second shot falls through for Tomball. Bulldogs. Blair come across the timeline. She kicks it, couldn't handle the pass. That goes out of bounds. Bulldogs turn that one over. Blair now at the top of the defensive attack for the Bulldogs. That one goes out of bounds. 52-24 is our score. 6:30 remaining in the final period. That one rolls off and rebounded by Waller. Blair rotating around, slowing things down right now. Coming back on the left side, attack, stop, pulls up at the left elbow, no good. Rebound, grabbed, and secured by Tomball. Blair applying backcourt pressure, almost got that one stolen, but now Tomball breaks through running a little reckless there off the floor. 52-24 is our score now. 5:54 remaining. Tomball allows some substitutions to come in. 14 will come in. The inbound now for the Bulldogs. Blair gets it. She brings it across the timeline. Bow behind the back dribble. And she was fouled as she shot. Wow. That was an old movie. I think it was a Spike Lee movie. He Got Game. Well, She Got Game. Blair will go to the line to shoot 2. Bulldogs 52. Make that 53 now to 24 over Tomball. Layla Blair, second free throw attempt. Falls out. The rebound picked up by Tomball. Blair trying to reach in, get the steal, spin move, gets past her. The right shot hits the back of the rim. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Tomball. Waller will get possession. Up 53-24 with 5:30 remaining in this final period. The shot rolls, no good. Rebound, and Thomas with the follow through. 55-24. Bulldogs. Looks like they'll be heading into the winner's circle. There's another turnover. The fast break and one. Is it going to be an and one? On the fast break, that was a foul called against Tomball. Thomas will go to the line to shoot. She'll shoot 2. She did not sink the basket, but she'll get a chance to sink 2 here. Deja Thomas at the line. That one misses. Bulldogs up by the score of 55-24. One shot remaining. 5:01 remaining here in this fourth period. Second shot is good. 56-24. Bulldogs back on the defensive side. Tomball has been stymied all night with this defensive pressure by the Bulldogs. There is yet another turnover. And off the glass and good for the Bulldogs will be Wilson. 58-24. That ball is going to be stopped. So now the inbound will be for Waller. Waller up by the score of 58-24. Waller with the inbound. Blair goes coast to coast, up and off the glass. 60 points now scored for the Bulldogs on the evening. 60-24. And it's obvious who is going to end up in the winner's circle on this one. There's another turnover for Tomball. Bulldogs coming through, going. The jumper off the back of the rim, hits the top of the backboard. No good. Possession now for Tomball. Bulldogs up 60-24. 4:07 remaining here in the final period. Tomball comes across the timeline. As we get ready for our men's action will be Waller and Montgomery. That ball was ripped away, it's stolen, and the Bulldogs transitioning, coming through, up, and another foul called against Tomball. Actually going to call travel. Travel before the foul. Turnover by Waller. 3:45 remaining, 60-24. And this is all about the matter of the clock running out. Tomball rotating around, looking. We got another stoppage in play right now. If I'm Coach Durham, I know she's probably saying, why are you guys fouling? Let the clock run as often and fast as they want. We can get out of here with the win and get ready for our next game. Speaking of the next game, Montgomery Bears and the Waller Bulldogs right here from Waller High School. As people are moving all over the place right now. Free throw by Tomball is no good. They're stuck on 24. Second free throw attempt. Rolls around. The rebound is going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow appears to be pointing in favor of Tomball. So Tomball will get the inbound. 3:30 remaining in this one. 60-24. Waller on top. The inbound. Tomball looking for a shot as they have all evening. Nice rotating defense by the Bulldogs. Knocked out of bounds. There's going to be a foul call on Portillo. Portillo called with the foul, and it's going to send Tomball back to the line shooting. The 1-and-1 is missed. Rebound picked up by Waller. Coming across is Miller. I'm sorry, not Miller, but Wilson. Wilson swings it in the far corner. Oh, nice baseline shot, and the basket is good. That was a nice shot that time by not Sanchez, but Singleton. I don't know where Sanchez came from. Maybe there's a Sanchez in the building. 62-24, 2:49 remaining in this final period. That shot missed by Tomball, but rebound by Tomball. Rotating around, looking. Another stoppage in the action. Inbound by the Bulldogs. Getting it across the timeline. Whoa, falling down. And Portillo lost her grip. I'm sorry, not Portillo, but Cowles lost her footing or whatnot. And quick thinking, Coach Durham quickly called timeout so it wouldn't create a turnover. So we got a stoppage in play right now. 62-24 is our score. This is a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. Reminding you that you can be a part of the Go-To Crew. You might be asking, well, what is the Go-To Crew? The Go-To Crew is just a group of community members who like to support and help undergird some of the travel expense it takes for us to do these games. And you can go to the website at obnradio.com, click on the PayPal button, make a donation today. Basket was good by the Bulldogs to make it 64-24. 40-point lead now for Waller with 2:09 remaining in the contest. Substitutions as Stowers comes back in for the Bulldogs. Going all the way through. Breaking the jumper was foul against Tomball. Red 1. As Miss Deja Thomas will go back to the line to shoot 2 more. That one hits the front of the rim, no good. Second shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Tomball. Tomball, long jumper, good for 3. 64-27 with 1:45 remaining. Tomball trying to play a little perimeter defense in their zone. Bulldogs being patient. Oh, that was a reverse layup attempt missed by Stowers. That jumper, no good. That one was missed by Cowles. Now here comes Tomball. Another steal by Waller. Coming back, transitioning through. The jumper, no good. Rebound picked up. And that is going to be a basket. Credit that one to Stowers. 66 now for the Bulldogs. As we're under a minute remaining, 50 seconds to be exact, 66-29. Bulldogs, as some of the reserves trying to get in on the action. 68-29, 33 seconds remaining. Another stoppage in the action. Bulldogs will roll on to victory with this one, as that call was against Portillo. Will send Tomball back to the line. Number 15 for Tomball at the line. Missing the first free throw. 68-29 is our score. The second one rolls around and in. 68-30. Bulldogs break the press and getting the shot to fall off the glass. Will end up being Portillo. (70-29). 9 seconds remaining. 9.07 seconds remaining. Let them shoot it. Coach says hold it. That is going to bring this one to an end, as the three-pointer, I don't think they're going to give them credit for it. There's no need for it anyway. 70-29 is our final. Waller all over Tomball. That's going to bring us a conclusion for game number 1 of our doubleheader. Thanking the sponsors of game 1 of the doubleheader: Attorney D. Van Richardson, Temple of Refuge Ministry, and Prairie View Athletic Club. We'll be back for game 2, Waller and Montgomery.
Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.